morning, dear students. I am Miss Naveda Sheikh from Brahan Mumbai Mahanagar Palika MCGM virtual class. I welcome all my dear students to another and interesting session. In today's session, we'll be learning something new and interesting from a science textbook. So let's get started.
Good morning, dear students. I am Mrs. Naveda Sheikh from MCGM virtual class. I welcome all my dear students to another and interesting session. In today's class, we will be learning a very interesting chapter from your science textbook, that is human body and organ system. Now, this is the very first part of the chapter. We are beginning with the chapter, and as the name suggests, human body and organ system. So I hope you are understanding the meaning of the topic as to what we are going to learn in this chapter. We will be learning about our body and the various organ systems that are present inside our body. Alright, so it is a very interesting chapter. We will be getting to know more about our body, how it functions, what are the different organs that are there, how are they functioning in our body. Okay, so let's get started. Now we have learned that our body is made up of tiny small cells, right? We have a chapter before this, chapter number 10, where we learned about our cells. In that chapter, we have seen how the cells are functioning inside our body. Okay, so many cells, they combine together to form a tissue. Many tissues combine together to form an organ. Okay, the organs like your heart, your lungs, your skin. Okay, so there are various organs in your body which are functioning together and they form an organ system, like your nose, your throat, then you have your lungs. They combine together and they form an organ system which helps in respiration. Same way, the brain, your spinal cord, the nerves that are there in the body, they combine together and they form a nervous system in your body. All right, so there are various systems in your body. Here you can see heart is one organ. All right, it is a specialized organ. Every organ in your body has a special functioning like that. Like here you have the heart. Heart ka main function is to pump the blood in your body. Okay, to bring the deoxygenated blood from the body towards the heart and to pump the oxygenated blood from the heart to the body. ओके, तो यहाँ पर जो ऑक्सीजन हम लोगों को मिलती है एयर से, वो ऑक्सीजन को ये ब्लड के अंदर मिलाकर हमारे ईच एंड एवरी सेल को सप्लाई करता है हार्ट. ठीक है, तो हार्ट का एक अलग फंक्शन है. ठीक है, उसके साथ में जो दूसरी ऑर्गन्स है लाइक योर नर्व्स दैट आर जॉइंट, ओके, they also have a different function. These type of organs, when they combine together, they form an organ system. ठीक है, like here in this picture, that is your digestive system. You have your esophagus. Esophagus is a different organ. Stomach is a different organ. You have liver, it is another organ. The gallbladder, pancreas, small intestine, large intestines, these all are different organs which have different functions, but when they combine together to do one activity, that is called as the organ system, that is digestion of the food. Here in this picture digestion के बारे में दिया गया है. जब ये सारे organs मिलकर काम करते हैं, ठीक है, तो हमारे बॉडी में डाइजेशन होता है. ठीक है, so many organs they combine together to form an organ system. So I hope अब समझ में आ गया difference between what is an organ, what is an organ system. Now, which organ systems are present in human body? Do you know any? There are many systems that are there in your human body. We have learned this in your 5th standard about the various organ system. Now, first example I've given you in the previous slide, that was the digestive system. Apart from that, there are many organs. Like here, we're talking about the digestive system where you have various organs, that is your mouth, esophagus, liver, stomach, gallbladder, pancreas. They function together to form the digestive system. Now you have bones in your body, which is another important organ system which gives you support, okay, which gives you a proper shape to your body, that is the skeletal system. Then you have your respiratory system. This is another organ system where you have many organs involved. Your nose, your trachea, your lungs, they function together to do respiration in your body. Apart from that, you have the circulatory system or the nervous system. The circulatory system here, you can see you have heart, and the heart is supplying blood to the each and every part of the body. So there are various organs in the body which are coming together and performing various functions, and they are called as organ system. Okay, so organ systems like digestive system, respiratory system, circulatory system, nervous system, excretory system, reproductive system, skeletal system, muscular system, etc. are functioning in our body throughout the day. Okay, so कुछ चीजें ऐसी है जो हम लोगों को पता चलती है, कुछ चीजें हम लोगों को पता भी नहीं चल रही हो रही है हमारी बॉडी में. लाइक रेस्पिरेशन, अभी आप लोग बैठे हो, मेरा लेक्चर सुन रहे हो, बट रेस्पिरेशन हो ही रहा है कंटिन्यूसली, हम लोगों को पता भी नहीं चल रहा है ना. योर ब्रीदिंग and the heart is pumping blood in your body. The food that you had eaten in the morning is getting digested through the digestive system. ये सारे organ systems continuously work कर रहे हैं. Even the skeletal, the bones, आप लोग बैठे हो तो आप लोगों की बॉडी को proper shape दे रहा है, right? So every system is functioning in our body. Which life processes occur continuously in our body? Any idea? ऐसे कौन से प्रोसेसेस है जो कंटिन्यूसली हमारी बॉडी में होते ही रहते हैं, कोई थोड़े टाइम के लिए भी रुकते नहीं हैं? ऐसे बहुत सारे और सिस्टम्स है, प्रोसेसेस है हमारी बॉडी के अंदर. लाइक फर्स्ट एग्जांपल इज रेस्पिरेटरी सिस्टम. ओके, जब से यू आर बॉर्न, ओके, यू आर टेकिंग इन ऑक्सीजन एंड गिविंग आउट कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड टिल यू डाई. हम लोग सोते भी रहते हैं तो भी ये प्रोसेस चलता है, जागते हुए भी, खाना खाते हुए भी. इफ यू आर गोइंग फॉर एनी एक्टिविटी, you are respiration is going on. It is a continuous process in your body. Even excretory system, okay, when you are eating something, ये अपना प्रोसेस चल ही रहा है, हम लोग को पता भी नहीं चलता ये हो रहा है हमारी बॉडी में. Even if you have not eaten, तो भी हम लोगों को यूरिनेट करने की अर्ज होती है, you feel like urination. ठीक है, so this is a continuous process. Then you have circulation. Circulation is also a continuous process in your body because your heart doesn't stop until you die. ठीक है, so the moment you were in the womb of your mother, that time also you had your heart which was pumping, which was beating, and it was supplying blood to the body. Okay, so now also you have your heart functioning and supplying blood throughout your body. So if the heart stops, then it is very dangerous, people die. Okay, that is the only thing which will happen if the heart stops to work. All right, so it is a continuous process. अगर हम लोग सोते भी रहते हैं तो भी ये process चलता ही रहता है. How do the organisms like amoeba, earthworm, cockroaches, plants, various aquatic animals, birds respire? So the answer is there are various worms which respire with the help of the body wall, like the flatworm. Fishes respire with the help of the gills which are present in the fish. Okay, gills दिखाई दे रही है, उसके अंदर उन लोग के पास एक special mechanism होता है उनके body में which helps them to absorb oxygen from the water. Okay, next you have the grasshoppers or insects. They have another system, that is the spiracles which are there, which are helping them to absorb the oxygen and give out carbon dioxide. The mammals like us, we have lungs, specialized organs for respiration. Which different organs perform the function of breathing in the body of animals? ऐसे कौन से organs हैं जो हमारी body में function कर रहे हैं for respiration? So the answer is the lungs. There are different organs like the trachea, the lungs. You have inside the lungs you have bronchi, bronchioles, which are helping. See here, alveoli. These are all helping us to perform respiration in your body. Okay, that is breathing. Simple breathing process. Taking in oxygen, giving out carbon dioxide. ये सब करने के लिए ये important है. Energy is essential to operate all the life processes in human body. Energy production occurs within the cells. Cells need the supply of soluble nutrients and oxygen for this purpose. This supply takes place with the help of respiratory and circulatory system. Okay, so these are the two very important systems in your body. ऐसा नहीं है कि कोई भी system less important है. हर एक system जो हमारी body में है वो equally important है. But these two systems we are going to learn in today's chapter. That is the respiratory system and the circulatory system. ओके सो हमारे बॉडी के अंदर जो भी न्यूट्रिएंट्स हम लोग खाते हैं उसे ऑब्जॉर्ब करके हर एक बॉडी पार्ट को हर एक सेल में पहुंचाने का काम ये हमारा सर्कुलेटरी सिस्टम करता है. ठीक है, व्हेन यू आर टेकिंग इन ऑक्सीजन इसे सप्लाई करना हर एक सेल को कौन करता है? रेस्पिरेटरी सिस्टम करता है. ठीक है, सो दीज टू सिस्टम्स वी आर गोइंग टू लर्न इन डिटेल इन टुडेज क्लास. ओके, सो लेट्स कंटिन्यू अहेड. So this is how your human respiratory system is inside your body. Here you can see the very first thing which helps in the respiration is your nose and your mouth. From there you have a special windpipe. ठीक है, हम लोग बोलते हैं ना खाना खाते वक्त बात नहीं करना चाहिए because there is a single pipe which is allowing the passage of the food also and the wind also. Just there is a flap in between. ओके सो कभी हम लोग खाना खाते हैं तो वो फ्लैप अगर खुला रह जाता है तो इट विल एंटर इनटू द विंड पाइप. उसकी वजह से हम लोगों को सांस लेने में प्रॉब्लम होता है. ठीक है, सो ट्रैकिया, देन you have a pair of lungs, the upper lobe, okay, and you have the lower lobe. In center you have the heart. Abhi heart is also important. Okay, I won't say that heart is not important for respiration. Inside the lungs, you have bronchus, you have alveoli. Now these are important parts in your lungs which are helping in absorbing the oxygen and supplying it to the heart so that the heart can pass on the blood and it has oxygen in it. ठीक है, तो ये blood को oxygen कहाँ से मिलता है? From the heart. या heart में कहाँ से आ रहा है? From the lungs. ओके एंड ये लंग्स और ये हार्ट को ये आर्टरीज और वेन्स कनेक्ट करती हैं जिसके थ्रू ये पास ऑन होता है गैस. ऑलराइट, बिटवीन द स्टमक एंड बिटवीन द लंग्स देयर इज अ फ्रेम दैट इज कॉल्ड एज द डायफ्राम. ओके, it has a very important function that we'll be learning ahead. So we will be learning each and every part of your respiratory system in detail. So let's continue. Respiration is carried out through following three steps. External respiration. In external respiration, you have inspiration or inhalation and expiration or exhalation. ठीक है, respiration के अंदर दो types, three steps हैं. First is external respiration, मतलब जो हम लोगों को बाहर feel होती है, देख सकते हैं हम लोग. That is inhalation, सांस अंदर लेना, and exhalation means सांस बाहर छोड़ना. When air is taken in through nose and sent towards the lungs through trachea or windpipe, that is inhalation. While exhalation is oxygen from the inspired air goes into the blood. Blood carries the carbon dioxide from various parts of the body towards the lungs. This air is given out by exhalation. Both of these processes occurring with the help of lungs are collectively called as external respiration. ठीक है, inhalation में हम लोग जब ये ऑक्सीजन लेते हैं अंदर, it goes to each and every part of the cell. सेल में ये ऑक्सीजन यूटिलाइज हो जाता है और फिर उसमें से एक वेस्ट प्रोडक्ट क्रिएट होता है जो है कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड. वो भी बाहर जब फेंका जाता है हमारी बॉडी से, वो प्रोसेस को कहते हैं एक्सहेलेशन. Together, inhalation and exhalation or inspiration and expiration together, they are called as external respiration. ठीक है, so external respiration समझ में आ गया सबको. Let us understand about internal respiration. Internal respiration is the respiration which occurs inside the body and you do not even understand what is happening. ठीक है, तो वहां पर क्या होता है, you have the exchange of gases between cells and tissue fluid is called as internal respiration. When you take in oxygen, you actually are not taking in only oxygen. हमारे air में बहुत सारी gases present है, we have learned this. ठीक है, तो हमारी बॉडी इतनी स्पेशलाइज नहीं है कि सिर्फ ऑक्सीजन ही अब्सॉर्ब करेगी और कोई गैस नहीं अब्सॉर्ब करेगी. व्हेन यू आर ब्रीदिंग, यू ब्रीद मेनी गैसेस टुगेदर. हम लोग बहुत सारी गैसेस साथ में इनहेल कर लेते हैं. बट योर लंग्स आर स्पेशलाइज्ड ऑर्गन्स व्हिच आर ओनली अलाउइंग एंड यूजिंग ऑक्सीजन गैस. ठीक है, सो दिस ऑक्सीजन इज गोइंग इनटू द ब्लड, बिटवीन द ब्लड एंड द सेल. ये हमारा जो ऑक्सीजन हम लोग अब्सॉर्ब कर रहे हैं, इट इज गोइंग इनटू द ब्लड. From blood, this oxygen gets passed on to the cells in your body. ठीक है, ये internal respiration है. Oxygen moves from the blood into tissue fluid and carbon dioxide moves from tissue fluid into the blood. So here you can see when you're taking in oxygen from the lungs, it is going into the blood. The oxygen from the blood goes into the is transported to each and every tissue or the cell in your body, and from the cells and tissues this is carried out, carbon dioxide gas is carried out from the cell and brought towards the lungs. This is called as internal respiration. All right, I hope this much is clear. So I hope with this you have understood the difference between the external respiration and internal respiration. External respiration is between environment and the lungs, and internal respiration is between blood and the cell. The third type of respiration is the cellular respiration. Now, it is very different from the two, so pay attention. It is the dissolved nutrients like glucose are slowly burnt or oxidized with the help of oxygen, and energy is released in the form of ATP. Waste materials like carbon dioxide and water vapors are produced during this process. Cellular respiration can be summarized as follows, that is C6H12O6 plus 6O2, 6CO2 plus 6 molecules of water, that is H2O, plus energy, that is ATP. Okay, so this cellular respiration we're talking about is happening in us also and in the plants as well. All right, so inside the cell, when the nutrients are slowly oxidized with the help of oxygen, जो हम लोग ऑक्सीजन लेते हैं वो हमारी सेल्स के अंदर जाते हैं, प्लस उसके साथ में जो न्यूट्रिएंट्स हमारी बॉडी में मिल रहे हैं वो जाते हैं. when they synthesize together, ठीक है, जब वो लोग साथ में मिलकर कंबाइन करते हैं तो उसमें से एनर्जी रिलीज होती है जो हम लोगों को काम करने के लिए हेल्प मिलती है. ठीक है, along with this energy वेस्ट भी निकलता है, that is carbon dioxide gas. All right, that carbon dioxide gas is again given out from your body. All right, I hope this is understood. तो ये जो प्रोसेस हो रहा है ये सेल के अंदर होता है, इसीलिए इसे सेल्यूलर रेस्पिरेशन कहते हैं. ठीक है, so I hope this much is clear about cellular respiration. Let's understand about your lungs and the respiratory system. We are going to go in detail. अभी हम लोगों को समझ में आ गया कि respiration के types क्या होते हैं. External respiration होता है, internal respiration होता है, ठीक है, cellular respiration होता है. But ये respiration होने के लिए हमारे जो organs हैं which are involved in the respiratory system, let us learn more about that in detail. So what is a respiratory system? The cells of the human body require a constant stream of oxygen to stay alive. The respiratory system provides oxygen to the body's cell while removing carbon dioxide. ठीक है, तो हमारी बॉडी के अंदर constant ऑक्सीजन की necessary requirement होती है in order to stay alive. अगर ये ऑक्सीजन नहीं रहेगा तो we will die. So in order to provide our body continuously with oxygen, the respiratory system is there in your body which is providing oxygen to the body cells. Okay, and the waste that is being coming out, जो हमारे खाना खाने के बाद में जो सेल्स के अंदर जो कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड गैस बनता है उसे रिमूव करना भी इम्पोर्टेंट है, and that is also done by the respiratory system. So the parts that are involved in your respiratory system, the first part that we're talking about is the nose. The nose, it is the respiratory system, and respiration begins with nose. Air is filtered with the help of hair and mucus present in the nose. If you notice, if you just look into the mirror, if you pull your nose up, you will notice that there are fine hair-like structures. Okay, hair, not hair-like structures, there are actual small tiny hairs. Okay, these hairs and the mucus that is there in the nose, it stops the dust particles from entering into your lungs. ठीक है, जब हम लोग ब्रीथ करते हैं ना, तो हमारे साथ एयर के अंदर बहुत सारे डस्ट पार्टिकल्स होते हैं. ठीक है, ये सब हमारे नोज के अंदर जो हेयर लाइक स्ट्रक्चर है उसमें स्टिक हो जाते हैं, एंड इट डजंट गो इनसाइड योर लंग्स. ऑलराइट, और कभी ये हमारे थ्रोट वगैरह में पहुंच भी जाता है तो यू फील हम लोगों को डिफिकल्टी होती है, खांसी आती है, सो इट गिव्स आउट बैक. ठीक है, तो नोज इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट फॉर रेस्पिरेशन. नेक्स्ट यू हैव फेरिंग्स. ठीक है, फेरिंग्स आर दैट इज द फूड पाइप एंड द विंड पाइप. ठीक है, थ्रोट के अंदर आप लोग फील कर सकते हो ये पाइप को. द फूड पाइप एंड द विंड पाइप ओरिजिनेट इन द फेरिंग्स, मतलब जो माउथ की कैविटी है और जो थ्रोट के जो हमारा जो फूड पाइप है, इसके बीच का जो पोर्शन जो कनेक्ट करता है उसे, दैट इज कॉल्ड एज द फेरिंग्स. There is a lid at the beginning of the windpipe. As I told you कि जो हमारा विंड पाइप है उसके ऊपर एक फ्लैप जैसा होता है और वो फंक्शन करता है प्रॉपर्ली जब हम लोग खाना खाते हैं और जब हम लोग सांस लेते हैं. ठीक है, this lid closes the windpipe during passing of food into the food pipe and thereby normally prevents the entry of food particles into windpipe. Otherwise, the windpipe remains open. Hence, air passes through pharynx into the food pipe. ठीक है, तो ये जो मैं आप लोगों को बोल रही थी कि हमारा जो एक कॉमन फूड पाइप होता है उसके ऊपर एक फ्लैप होता है. ठीक है, वो फ्लैप फ्लक्चुएट करता है ताकि हमारा खाना हमारे स्टमक में जाए. और अगर कभी ये विंड पाइप जो होता है, जो खुला होता है ना, हमेशा खुला ही होता है नॉर्मली, जब ये खाना खाते हैं तो ये विंड पाइप बंद हो जाता है. ठीक है, ताकि खाना वो विंड पाइप में ना जाए. और कभी इसीलिए बोला जाता है कि यू शुड नॉट टॉक व्हेन यू आर ईटिंग, क्योंकि जब हम लोग बात करते हैं ना तो ये फूड पाइप के ऊपर का फ्लैप खुला रह जाता है और खाना हमारे फूड पाइप की जगह पर विंड पाइप में जा सकता है. ऑलराइट, सो दैट इज वेरी important for you all to understand. Then you have the windpipe. In windpipe is swollen at the beginning due to sound box. Sound box is also there. Windpipe bifurcates into the thorax. Now this windpipe which is going from the throat, it goes into the chest cavity, thorax, and it bifurcates. मतलब दो पार्ट में, दो साइड में वो डिवाइड हो जाता है. One branch enters the right lung and the other part enters into the left lung. Okay, so इस तरीके से ये हो जाता है. Let's understand about the lungs now. ठीक है, विंड पाइप समझ में आ गया. विंड पाइप के बाद हम लोग आते हैं लंग्स पे. A lung is present on either side of heart and thoracic cavity. Right? हमारे chest cavity, that is the thoracic cavity, उसके अंदर lungs present है. एक साइड पे right lung, left side पे left lung. Maximum area of thoracic cavity is occupied by lungs and they cover maximum part of heart. ठीक है, हार्ट एक्चुअली लंग्स के बीच में होता है. ठीक है, each lung has double layered covering. Most of your thoracic cavity, जो हमारा chest cavity ज्यादातर के लंग से भरा होता है, और हार्ट भी उसी के अंदर बीच में लोकेटेड होता है. अब it is the lung which has a double layer covering over it. It is called as pleura. Okay. Now lungs are elastic like a sponge. Lungs are made up of many small compartments called as alveoli. ठीक है, here if you see on the right hand side image you will understand what I'm talking about. Lungs के अंदर branches दिखाई दे रही है. ठीक है, वो जो branches है उसके अंदर small alveoli present होते हैं. This is a rich network of capillaries is present around each alveolus. Walls of alveoli and capillaries are extremely thin. बहुत thin network होता है ये हमारे lungs के अंदर. The gaseous exchange can easily take place across these thin walls. As large number of alveoli is present in lungs, larger surface area is available for gaseous exchange. ठीक है, तो यहाँ पर बोला जा रहा है there are many alveoli present in your lungs, which अगर ज़्यादा वो present है तो ज़्यादा एक्सचेंज, हमारा जो गैसेस एक्सचेंज होता है वो और इजीली होता है, ठीक है। इसलिए ये रिच नेटवर्क हमारे लंग्स के अंदर प्रेजेंट होता है in order to help exchange of gases. Okay, so there are a few words that we have learned today. Remember those words. That is the pleura, okay, which is the double layer covering over the lungs, and the alveoli, which are present, which are thin networks of capillaries which are present around these alveoli. Okay, you have learned that also. This is a new term, so please remember that. Let us understand about the exchange of gases. Now when you're breathing, you are actually doing, there is an exchange of gas which is happening. Gaseous exchanges occur continuously while blood is circulating around the alveoli. An iron containing protein, that is hemoglobin, is present in the RBCs, that is the red blood cells of blood. Hemoglobin absorbs the oxygen from the air within alveoli. Simultaneously, carbon dioxide and water vapor moves from blood into the alveoli. Thus, oxygen is taken into the blood and carbon dioxide and water vapors are removed from the blood and given out by exhalation. Okay? So, gaseous exchange is also clear now. When you're taking in oxygen, this oxygen is getting mixed with the into your blood, and in the blood there is hemoglobin which is present, which carries this oxygen along with it to each and every cell of the body. और वही उल्टा क्या होता है, जब ये यूज हो जाता है ऑक्सीजन और कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड वेस्ट निकलता है, ये भी हमारे ब्लड के थ्रू ही एल्वेओलाई तक आता है और फिर ये लंग्स के थ्रू ये बाहर पुश कर दिया जाता है, ठीक है। I hope this much is clear. Inhalation, exhalation, how exchange of gases takes place in the lungs. Now, breathing in, you are breathing in oxygen, and breathing out, you are breathing out carbon dioxide. So oxygen जब हमारा अंदर जाता है, with the help of the alveoli, this oxygen gets into the blood. From the blood it goes to each and every part of the body. From the parts of the body it brings carbon dioxide waste and it again goes into the lungs, ठीक है। ये blood फिर से lungs में जाता है और ये lungs के थ्रू कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड गैस हमारी बॉडी के बाहर एक्सेल कर दिया जाता है। Now the very important part that I told you that we will be discussing is the diaphragm and its movement. Okay, this diaphragm is a small thin layer, I would say a tissue which is present between the stomach cavity, between your abdominal cavity and your thoracic cavity. ठीक है, एक पतली शीट होती है स्किन की जो हेल्प करती है हमारे ये दोनों पार्ट्स को डिफरेंशिएट करने में। Now let us understand more about the diaphragm. It is a muscular partition. ये जो पिंक कलर की लाइन लंग्स के नीचे दिखाई दे रही है, that is the diaphragm. A muscular partition is present at the base of the thoracic cage. This partition is called as a diaphragm. It is present between the thoracic cavity and abdominal cavity. Simultaneous rising up of ribs and lowering of diaphragm causes the decrease in pressure of lungs. Due to this, air moves into the lungs थ्रू नोज। हम लोग जब ब्रीथ इन करते हैं ना तो लंग्स हमारे फैलते हैं, ठीक है, दे एक्सपैंड। जब ये एक्सपैंड होता है तो ये डायफ्राम नीचे की तरफ पुश होता है जिससे हमारे थोरैसिक कैविटी की स्पेस और बढ़ जाती है और ज्यादा ऑक्सीजन हम लोग ले सकते हैं, ठीक है। व्हेन यू एक्सहेल दिस डायफ्राम इज पुश्ड अपवर्ड्स टुवर्ड्स द लंग ताकि ये ऑक्सीजन जो कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड गैस है वो हमारे बॉडी से बाहर निकल सके, ठीक है। So due to this, air moves into the lungs through nose. When ribs return to their original position and diaphragm rises up, pressure on the lungs increases. Due to this, air moves out from it through nose. The continuous upward and downward movement of diaphragm is necessary to bring about the breathing. The continuous process of diaphragm helps in the process of breathing. Let's have a look at it. How it actually functions, let's see here. Here you can see when you're breathing, your lungs are expanding and the diaphragm is pushed out. Now this is exhalation, the diaphragm is going back. When you're inhaling, see, it is coming down, the diaphragm. When you're exhaling, the diaphragm goes up. Okay, so this is how the diaphragm actually works in your body. Okay, creating and helping in the process of respiration. I hope with this part of the chapter is quite clear to you. In this chapter, up till here, we have completed and learnt about the respiratory system, how it functions, what are the different parts of the respiratory system which are there, and how they function and how are they useful. We have learnt all this in this part. So please see to it. If you have any difficulty, go through the video once again. And if you have any doubts and queries, do ask us in the comment section. Till then, thank you. If you like our session, please do not forget to subscribe to our channel so that you can share and
This session was quite useful to you. In the next coming period, we'll learn something new and interesting. Till then, thank you.